So good morning, everybody. I have to start this off first, and I forget to do this because normally I can see we're not driving, but when I post it up for replay on the YouTube channel, some people may be listening while they're in their car. Bad idea. Do not drive and listen to a journey or a meditation. Unless your insurance is paid in full and in advance, but no, do not do that. Bad idea. So we want to make sure that we're in a safe place for this. We want to make sure that we are in the right space for this. Anyway, it's important to be in the right space. And if we're not, take a break. You don't need to do this now. We can do it at another time. So it's always good to honor who we are in this space that we're in. So I'm trying to think of the journey that we're going on, and I'm going, okay, there's so many things to go through, and I'm feeling this really huge shift, this power that we are stepping into, and I'm like, well, what is it? Is it a new career? Is it a new, I started a new channel, so maybe that's it for me. Is it teaching something? I don't know, but there's something big happening, and it's just not for me. And so I go, oh, we're going to go into the void. We're going to go into nothing, into the black, and feel that. And so I tapped in, and what did I get? I got nothing. And I'm like, well, this is not good. People are going to go, well, there's nothing here. And so I started getting messages, and it's important that we pay attention to the things around us that are speaking with us. For example, when I was thinking about where we're going, and today we're going to go see our guides, and we're going to go back in time to another time and space where we first met our guides in human form. So for me, I have a lot of guides around me. If I were to count, I would say I have like 8 or something, and more keep coming up. And so I go, well, let's go back to that time where we first connected to our guide. Were we working together as blacksmiths? Were we working together as farmers? What was that? Spiritual things? I don't know. We're going to figure that out when we get there. And then and while I was thinking of that, I go, is that the right thing to do, to see all this? And as soon as I said that, a crow flew overhead. And then I go, but I have so many guides. And then a murder of crows came over, and were all roosting in my trees. I must have had 7 or 8, and that is unusual for me. So I go, okay, well, I'll pay attention to that. Otherwise, I'll get in trouble with the murder of crows. Hey, good morning, Cam. Good morning, Adrian. I saw you sneak in. Yay. Okay, so right now we're just tapping into the synchronicities that keep showing up in our lives. And the other thing, another synchronicity, when I was figuring out where we're going to go, and the big opportunities that are in front of us that we may not be paying attention to, that we may not be seeing. Because why? Because we're not good enough. I'm not good enough at following through. I don't want to schedule anything. I don't want to start anything because then I don't finish it. All that negative, stuff. Why? What if we could go back into where that started and flip it and fix it so that we're thinking positive stuff instead of negative stuff. I was listening to Pam Gregory this week, and she was talking about having a delete word. I like this. So when she thinks of a negative thought or a limiting belief, she has a delete word that she says. And so when she goes, so for example, if I go, Danny, you're just too small. And then I would go, my delete key would be, you're big or something. You're fun. You're happy. You're abundant. You're whatever the lack is. And by the way, I'm not too small, but I was always too small, too slow, so I could never get on the football team. I could never be on the soccer team. They put me in the goalie thing because people kicked balls at me because I was too small, too slow, and they gave me these great big hands, and I'm like, really? Anyway, that's my journey. So I think that delete word also has to be a living word. And by what I mean with that is that it shifts and changes as we move through our journey. And I don't think maybe it just pops into our head, but I also think that it's something to contemplate. When I get these limiting beliefs, what would be my keyword that I could use? And there may be more. Okay. The other thing that I got with this, so I got to talk about surfing, Richie. Gotta. So I got this email from this company, and I'm like, okay, sending me another email. And it was talking about how this surfer almost died in a wave. And he got caught under one of those big waves, and it's tumbling him around. And if anybody has felt that, where the waves just keeps you down, and as hard as you try to get up, you can't get up to the surface, and it could slam you into the bottom. It could knock the wind out of you. It's a frightening experience. Well, this guy found himself in that position, and when he got up and he got to the beach, somebody was going, man, dude. Well, that's what surfers say. Dude, I saw you under that wave. It looked like you weren't coming up. And he goes, yeah, that was something. He goes, oh my God, are you scared? Were you scared? And he goes, no. He goes, I didn't know. And it was like, are you just in denial? And he went, no, because if I live in that fear, I'll never get in the water and surf again. I live in the exhilaration of surfing, not in the fear that of being underwater. So how we tell the story of our past is shaping the story of our future. And we talk about how if we heal our past traumas, we heal our present and our future traumas. So the time stream is kind of all the same. So if we heal the past, we're healing the future. So that's it. We're going to journey to the past to a past event, and we're going to see where our strengths are and our weaknesses are. And one of the thoughts that I had was, let's journey to our weakness. Yeah. And I go, oh, this is going to be, everyone's going to want to jump on this. Let's journey to all our failures. And, I'm kind of joking around with myself in my head. And then I went, well, is that easier to journey to your failures than it is to journey to your successes? I thought sometimes it's really hard to accept a compliment, but it's easier to accept not a put down. But anyway, I'm digressing, but maybe you guys know what I'm talking about. So, where we're going to go. How many times have we had a vision of something and not followed through with it? Oh yeah, I'm going to do this, and then just didn't happen. So that's all part of this journey that we're going to experience. So the thing, I've been seeing dragonflies a lot, so that came into my aspect. So let's talk about dragonflies. There's multi-generational migrations. And I think about this, are our spirit guides, do they come with us every time we're reincarnated? Do they skip a time? They go, no, we're tired of you. We're going to let you do this on your own. And maybe you pick up another guide to help you along. So there's certain insects that can enter prolonged states of dormancy called diapause. And this allows the larva to survive unfavorable environmental conditions. Why are we here at this time? Shouldn't we be one of those insects in dormancy? I mean, sometimes I feel like it. It's like, oh, too much. Anyway, they reemerge when the conditions are more suitable for them. Okay, so I'm thinking about this with our spirit guides. The other thing that I got is multi-generational migrations. Insects like the monarch butterfly and the globe skimmer dragonfly engage in incredible multi-generational migrations. Multi-generational migrations. So are our spirit guides with us during multi-generations of our lifetime experiences? And that got my head spinning. So how do we associate with our guides and angels? Growing up Catholic, I wasn't aware of any other guides and angels, any other guides besides angels. And as I got away from the Catholic religion of male dominance, I went into spirituality of plant and animal medicine. And in that, I have power animals now. Are they traveling with me in multiple lives? Certain spirit guides, I really feel they do. So we're going to tap into that. We might do 2 journeys because I'm still thinking that we need to tap into the void, and maybe that's for another journey. maybe that's going to be for next week, tapping into the void. Because anyway, to me, that's just fascinating. Okay. So here's the journey again that we're going to do. That was all just thoughts to get our minds going as to where we could travel. So we could travel back in time, or is it in the future that we're going? Sometimes we get so linear in our time stream, but it's really multi-dimensional. So we're going to go back and to a time where we not first met our spirits, because I think that is limiting, but we're going to go back in time to another time and place where we were working with our spirit guides, and it was super tangible. Sometimes for me, my guides, I go, I'm really feeling you here, and then I'm not so much feeling you, but where we actually worked really, really, really closely, continuously with a helping spirit, one of our guides. So think of a guide that you want to tap into, and this can be a guide that's in the periphery, where you just have a sense that there's a guide or an angel. Someone had mentioned to me, they said, your angel is Jophael. And I went, really? So that may be one of the guides that I want to tap into and go, let me see, are you really around? Have you been there? Or there may be a spirit guide that you just have a color and you go, there's something there. Tap into that and see what that journey is. And I think I've talked enough. And in this, obviously I haven't talked enough. In this journey, see if you can, you may want to write down a question as to if they have any information as to. Okay, so the first journey is just going back to meet this guide or angel, and that you had a life with, and just experience that life. Then we're going to come out and we're going to do another journey. Before I do, let's open up sacred space. We can close our eyes, and then we're just going to jump right into this journey. So we're going to close our eyes and imagine ourselves in the center of our medicine wheel. And we pay attention to our breaths, taking a deep breath, inhalation, and a slower exhalation. And we get ready to journey to meet a helping spirit that has been with us over multi-generations, multiple time streams, multiple awarenesses. And we find ourselves looking at the north. We call in White Buffalo. We call in Calf Woman, the Divine Feminine, Mary. We ask her to walk this journey with us, showing us the sacred path, the sacred pipe. And we walk to the east, eagle, and we see this journey from a higher point of view. And we call on eagle, fly with us, be with us, show us how to navigate the currents. And as we soar, as we glide, we find ourselves gliding to the south, to jaguar, strength, quiet strength, able to see in the darkness in the jungle. We call on coyote, snake, the midday. And coyote takes us to the west, the healing waters of whale, that knowledge base that we have tapped into last week, whale, the healing energies of bear. And we just sit in these healing waters just for a little bit. And we thank Mother Earth. We thank Father Sky. Thank Creator, Source Energy, and ourselves for being in this space, in this healing energy. We call on the winds of the four directions. And we find ourselves lighter and brighter. And we find ourselves leaving our 3D rooms into the cloakroom, taking off our ego, removing our judgments, putting on our robes. What robe did we grab? The intention of our journey is to travel back in time, forward in time, to where we were with and working with our helping spirit. Was it the time of Jeshua? The time of Buddha? Was it a star stream time, a galactic time? There are no limits. And we find ourselves slipping out through the cloakroom, through the mist. And we find ourselves on the familiar path. And we pay attention to how we travel that path. We pay attention to the winged ones above us, to the hidden folk, to the plant people, we walk, fly, skim down that path, and we come to a clearing. And in that clearing is a fire. There's some fire keepers there. You can ask who they are if you choose. Offer them a gift for their service. They invite us to sit around the fire. And as we sit around the fire, the flames dancing, different colors, we find ourselves being transported again. We feel our helping spirit, our guardian spirit, our totem, one that has been with us for years. Join us in that awareness. And they travel with us up the fire, higher, higher. To another time, to another place. And we will stay with them for a little bit. Back to a time when you first met. How did that feel? What was it like? Now move to a space where the change of worlds is about to happen. Feel your guide then at that transition. The one that you had many lifetimes ago. And now, gently, we slip into the void, to a new place where we are deciding who's to come back. Is this where we write our soul contracts? Are you with your guide? Are you flipping a coin? Who's going back? You or me? How does that work? Do you each have a soul contract to come back? Play in that rebirth in another time stream. As you find yourself in this other existence, whether back at Earth School, Sirius School, Water School, How do you meet and recognize your guides again? Intergenerational guide. Is there a symbol that you give each other that lets you know that they are around? Do they come in as a dragonfly, a cardinal, abundance laying on the floor, a quarter or a penny, a plant, or a rock? And slowly we are being pulled back to the fire, to the circle, gently, gently, still with our guide. And as we start walking back, slowly, our guide wants to show us another thing. And our guide transforms into that dragonfly. And we jump on the back and fly to another time. Higher, faster, to a place in time, a past life, and it's something that our guide says you can change. There is something in a past life that you're carrying with you, and we get to change it. Maybe it's being nicer to someone. Something small but that was big to them. Maybe it was something big, yet it was small to them. Big to you, small to them. Vice versa. Don't limit. No judgment. Just a shift. And our awareness goes back to the dragonfly as we're riding back. And the dragonfly brings us back to the path. Gently drops us on the path and flies ahead as we walk into the cloakroom. Take off our robe and put on our clean egos, shiny, bright. And we slip through the door, through the mist, back into our 3D rooms. And we take a deep breath. We wiggle our fingers. Move our feet a little. And ever so gently and slowly, we come back. You can write in your journal if you need to. If you have an idea, something that came up.